Now number 14 is seeing if you understand slope. The slope again was the change, yep, I can spell today, the change in the y over the change in the x. So the y is the up or down, the x is the right or left. So what they want us to do is draw a line that has a slope of 3 and passes through the point 2, negative 1. We're actually going to start by plotting the point 2, negative 1 first, because that's going to be our starting point. So 2, negative 1 means I'm going to go over 2 and down 1, and that's where my dot's going to start. Then I have to think about the slope. It tells me the slope is 3, but I need the slope as a fraction because we know that the slope is a fraction, the change in y over the change in x. So if I have the whole number 3, how do I write that as a fraction? I write it as 3 over 1. So since my slope was 3, I'm going to write it as 3 over 1. The 3 tells me I'm going to go what direction?
You're going to go to the right.
What's on top?
Oh, did you say slope?
The slope, right.
Okay.
So-
We are going to go down.
No.
We're going to go up?
We're going to go up because it's a positive 3, right?
Okay.
Since it's positive, we got to go up. And then we're going to go to the right. So from this point, we're going to count 1, 2, 3 up, and 1 to the right, and that's where our next dot is. So up 3 over 1. That's what slope means, right? Then I can connect my 2 dots and draw my line. And I can see that that slope of that line is positive. It goes up as I draw it from left to right.
Isn't that too far over?
What do you mean too far over?
Over to the right?
I
If
went
you go up
1,
3
2,
and
3
1
up
over?
and 1 over. So I should be at 3, 2 is where that point should end up.
Oh, okay.
Because I've got to start from this point that I plotted.
Okay.
So I start at that point that I plotted, then I count up 3 over 1.
Up 3 over 1.
So when you plot a point, it's in the opposite order as when you do slope, right? When you plot the point, it's x, y, but slope is y, x. It's backwards.
And the rugby tuffy.
All right, let's look at the next one then. So the next one says we want to graph the line with the slope of 3/4 that touches the point or goes through the point negative 4, 3. So we're going to start by putting the point negative 4, 3 on our graph. Where's that point going to go?
You're going to go down 4.
We're going to do what?
Negative 4?
Negative 4, 3. This is a point, not a slope. So when you plot your point, you go
Oh,
to negative 4,
oh, and then up 3.
Right. You do the x first and then the y. It's opposite of slope. You got to keep that straight. So when you plot the point, and again, I think that plot point tool is active. If it is, you could type in the ordered pair and let the computer put it on there. Not that you don't want to get used to putting the points in the right spot. So negative 4, 3, we went back 4 and up 3. From there, we're going to use the slope. The slope says that it's 3/4. So if my slope is 3/4, from that point, I'm going to go what direction?
You're going to go up.
Up 3 and to the right 4. So I'm just going to count from that point. 1, 2, 3 up, 1, 2, 3, 4 over. I happen to hit right on the 6, right? If I go up 3 and over 4, it just hits the 6.
Oh, yeah.
And then I can connect my dots and draw my line. There's my line that is a positive 3/4 slope. So So number 18, we want to graph the line with the slope of -1 that passes through the point 3, -2. So where's the point 3, -2?
Okay, we're gonna go to the right. 3, down 2.
Exactly. Now, here again, my slope is -1, but I want to write it as a fraction. So how do I write that as a fraction?
3 over 1.
My slope is -1.
Negative.
-1 over 1. Right?
Oh, is it? Now what happened?
My slope is -1, and then to make it a fraction, I just put it over a 1, right? -1 divided by 1 is still -1.
Yep.
Yep. So, what does that mean you're going to do for your slope?
Oh, that's what I was thinking. Now, where's that gonna go?
If I have a -1, I'm going to go
Up.
If it's -1, I'm going to go,
You're gonna go. Hey,
when your slope was negative, which direction did you have to go?
right or left? Next. Up or down if it's, let's change over y, up or down.
So if my slope is -1, if there's a -1 on top, which direction am I going to go? If it's negative, which direction do you go?
You go down.
Down. I'm going to go down 1, right? Down and to the,
Left.
is this a
Right.
negative or a positive? It's a positive, right? Down and to the right. So I'm going to go down 1 and to the right 1, because when I connect those two dots, what happens? They have to go downhill because my slope is negative.
So we got -1.
So we got -1 over 1. So we went down 1 and over 1.
Okay, over, that's how you're doing that.
Right.
Okay.
So if my slope was -3, we went down 3 and over 1. Right? If my slope was +2, we go up 2 and over 1. So we just count it out, but if it's a whole number, we just put it over 1, and so I go to the right one if it's a whole number. Otherwise, I follow this, 3/4. Now what happens if I had -2/3? What do you suppose I have to do?
You have to go down and
Down 2 and to the
right.
right 3. Yep, exactly. Down 2 and to the right 3. All right, now that's the end of that one, isn't it?
God.
Yep, that is the end of that one.